Well, you know, usually this time of year, I like a 5-to-1 reel, and this is a Lew's BB1 Pro reel. And I like that. There's one right there. He was up on the rocks, and I just barely engaged that reel. As you can see, I barely turned the reel handle when I'm getting it going. Not a real big one, but not a bad one. But he was right up against the rocks, as you can see. But I really, of course, this is a pretty 45-degree riprap rock bank. And of course, this time of year, I like to use this is a 1/2 ounce Picasso. You see I got about a 4.5 turtleback blade. And I like round blades this time of year. Coloradas, Indianas, turtleback. But as you can see, I really creep it off that rock. And I'm trying to keep it right just every now and then, ticking those rocks just off the bottom. And every now and then you can get out here and actually let it drop and kind of let it get out there about 8, 9, 10 foot deep. But one of the keys, I think, to this time of year to slow rolling a spinnerbait is your reel. And that's why I love about this 5-to-1 reel, this BB1 Pro. I love that slow gear retrieve ratio, and that helps keep my bait down. You can see I just barely crawl it along. Just trying to pay attention to feeling those blades and that thump. You can feel it every now and then crawl over a big rock, and I'm trying to really pay attention to that blade, how it feels as it makes a rotation. And anything that's different, I'm going to jerk. Because a lot of times this time of year, the bites, they can be pretty vicious, but sometimes they can be kind of sluggish, and the bait can just kind of get heavy. Now that last one, he actually ticked it. I actually felt a tick when he bit it. He was actually up he was probably in 3 foot of water. That first one I caught, it was probably in 5 or 6. But usually I like to stick with like 14 to 17 pound fluorocarbon, something with a low stretch, with a good feel. And I like a 6'10". This is a Lew's spinnerbait rod, medium heavy action. You can kind of pick a rod, 7 foot, 6'6", 6'10", those type rods. And I like to keep the rod pointed at the spinnerbait as I start my retrieve, kind of keep it kind of parallel to it. And that way I can kind of manipulate it as I come up. I can raise my rod tip if I want to come over top of a brush pile or some big rocks. But if I get a bite, I can set straight back on it. But a lot of it is, the key to it is choosing the right reel, in my opinion, and that low speed 5-to-1 gear retrieve ratio. It'll help you catch a lot more fish, especially in this cold water, because we're looking at 50-degree water right now, and those fish are pretty lethargic. Now, after the sun's up this afternoon, we may be able to fish the bait a little bit faster. You know, they may get a little more active. But on these 45-degree banks this time of year, some of them could be out. They could be as shallow as 2 or 3 foot of water. They could be out here in 8 to 10 foot of water. So you kind of you can kind of maybe catch both kinds of fish as you slow roll a spinnerbait down these 45-degree banks this time of year.
Check us out at wired2fish.com.